Demonstration today on baked lemon cheesecake. First thing we're going to do is take our pastry out of the fridge, a floured board, and we just give it a slight knead at this stage. We're going to just warm it up a little bit. If you use it cold and try to roll it out, you'll find that it'll crack when you put it into the flan ring. So a little bit of flour on the board and just give it a little knead and then start rolling it. Start off in a round ball or semi-round ball, and you'll finish up with a circle for you to sit the flan ring on. We're going to roll it out to around the 3-4 millimeters thick, keeping it fairly even. A little bit of flour, as I say, on the board and the rolling pin, just prevent it sticking. Work fairly quickly at this stage. You don't want the pastry to get too warm, or the butter will start bleeding out. It'll make the pastry very greasy and very hard to work with. So it's about 3-4 mils now. Take the flan ring, place it on top, and we're just going to trim off the excess, leaving about an inch around the flan ring, 2.5 centimeters. So what we want to do now, flan ring onto the paper. Don't worry about greasing it; it's got enough fat in the pastry. And then straight into the flan ring, pressing it right into the corners, keeping that nice and square. As we learnt with the lemon tart, we need to have that pastry at 90 degrees once it's cut. So again, working quickly, pressing it into the corners, making our pastry nice and square. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is put that back in the fridge for around 20 minutes. We want the pastry to set up again. If we were going to put paper or tin foil into the bottom of that now, it may cause a few rips on the bottom, and that can cause leaking. So we want to put it back into the fridge to rest up. Let's come out of the fridge now, or the freezer, doesn't really matter. Tin foil in and right into the corners again. This is why we use tin foil. If we use paper, it's less effective when we put the blind baking beans in, to get right into the corners of that pastry. Okay, so tin foil nicely in there. Don't be tempted to leave the pastry overhanging over the side of the flan rings. That'll stop the browning of the side of the pastry. So you only want that little inch or 2.5 centimeters. Lining the other tart now. Again, pushing that tin foil right into the corners. Blind baking beans in. Now you would have heated your oven already to around 190 degrees. Remembering that when you open the oven door, the temperature drops 10 degrees straight away. So you want that up at 190 so the pastry sets. Into the oven now, remembering to turn the tray around the right way, and bake it till the edges are just golden brown, or just golden. If we take it too far at this stage, they'll become too dark. Egg wash it and return it to the oven to seal it. That'll prevent any leakage as well. So we're going to start making the filling now. The recipe's up on the screen. Cream cheese, caster sugar, 2 eggs, and the grated rind of 2 lemons plus the juice. The cream cheese we're going to soften up with the back of a spoon. It'll make it very, very hard to get the rest of the ingredients in if you don't soften up the cream cheese. So spend a little bit of time here and get it nice and smooth. Next item, grated zest. 2 nice fresh lemons. This takes a couple of minutes to get in. And again, you can use any number of flavourings in a New York cheesecake. Oranges, chocolate, strawberries. You can layer it as well. And the base, we're using sweet pastry here, but you can use other bases as well. Biscuit crumbs with butter, etc. in it. The recipes for some of those are in your workbooks. So lemon zest going in there, and then we'll cut these lemons in half and place a sieve over the top of the bowl and squeeze the juice into the cream cheese, and then fold it all through. Very, very popular dish for cafes, etc. I'm sure most of you would have either made one at work or at home by now. As we talked about, sieve over the top. No pips in our cheesecake, please. In your assessment, obviously that will be a couple of marks off for sure. Very, very nice dessert. So just folding that through again before the cream cheese gets a little too hard again. Now what we're going to do is add our 2 eggs. We really do have to incorporate this mix rather quickly now. It'll look like it's going to split out or curdle, but don't worry about that. The more you mix it, the smoother it'll become. You can do it in the food processor, obviously, the Robocoop, a lot faster, and it comes out dead smooth. But for your assessment, you'll be using the whisk. So really use some elbow grease here and get the filling nice and smooth. Obviously, if you have any lumps of cream cheese or egg or anything at all in your mix, that's going to show up in the finished result, so you do want it rather smooth. Okay, just carry on beating that, and you would have cooled down slightly the flan case by now, and that'll be ready waiting for you to put the filling in. Now, also the oven needed to be dropped to 160 degrees from 190. You put it in at 190 after the filling goes in. All that will happen is the top will brown too quick and the inside will be raw. So oven at 160 degrees, and fill the case up, obviously not right to the top, about 3/4. Bake until set around 25 minutes, and then just take it that little bit further, just to get that golden colour on the top. While it's still warm and leaving it on the tray, you can trim around the edges with a sharp knife, using the back of the knife very, very lightly to get rid of any crumbs, keeping it on the angle and pushing it away from you will drop the crust off the side. Taking the flan ring off now and leaving it on the cooling rack to cool. Let it set on the cooling rack and slice it when you're ready to present.